同學，今次我們將會學習 Talking about a film in SBA Presentation or Discussion. Concept: Talking about a film in SBA Presentation or Discussion. 今課教 SBA 準備影評的詞彙和句子用法。Using film vocabulary. Sentences to talk about a film in SBA Presentation or Discussion. Point 1. Say who directed it and what other films they have made. 誰是導演呢? The film was directed by Steven Spielberg, who also made films such as Saving Private Ryan. Point 2. Say who is in the film. It stars Audrey Hepburn. Harrison Ford stars as Indiana Jones. Tom Cruise plays a fighter pilot. The cast includes Robert De Niro and Bruce Willis. Point 3. Say briefly what's about using the present tense. It's about a man who keeps waking up on the same day. It tells the story of Oskar Schindler, a German factory owner. It tells the tale of Oskar Schindler, a German factory owner. It follows the adventures of a fish named Nemo. Point 4. Other things you can say when writing about a film. It's very good. It's a classic film. It's a classic story. 這是一個經典電影，這是一個經典故事。It's a classic. 這是一個經典之作。It's a masterpiece. 這是一個傑作。It's an extremely good film. It had a strong effect on you. It's very moving. It's deeply moving. 這是非常打動人心。It's a very powerful film. It's very exciting. It's a thrilling film. It's a gripping film. It's very exciting. 這是一個令人激動的扣人心弦電影。這是非常令人興奮。It's an action-packed adventure. There are lots of exciting scenes. 這是一個動感十足的冒險之旅，有很多激動人心的場面。I was on the edge of my seat all the way through. 我緊張得都快坐不住了。It was very exciting and you kept wanting to know what was going to happen next. It's very original. 這是非常原創。It's a groundbreaking film. 這是一個突破性的電影。A very original film which created a new type of film. It's very funny. It's a hilarious comedy. It's a very funny comedy. I couldn't stop laughing. One particular thing is especially good. The thing I liked most was the photography. It's worth seeing just for the scenery. Vocabulary for film review. The film was so realistic. The film was so believable. Everything seemed so true to life. I could almost feel like I was there. The film's cinematography and special effects were incredible. 令人難以置信。The film's cinematography and special effects were terrific. 妙極。The film's cinematography and special effects were wonderful. 精彩的。The film's cinematography and special effects were marvelous. 了不起。The film's cinematography and special effects were great. I was so impressed that I think I did stop breathing for a moment. The film had a touching storyline. 感人。The film had an engrossing storyline. 引人入勝。The film had an interesting storyline. The film had a magical storyline. 不可思議的故事情節。I was so charmed by it. I was totally involved in the movie from start to finish. What a funny comedy that was. What an amusing comedy that was. What a hilarious comedy that was. 爆笑。I laughed all the way through the movie. I loved the book, but the film was rather dull. I loved the book, but the film was rather boring. I loved the book, but the film was rather uninteresting. I loved the book, but the film was rather shallow. It was a poor adaptation. I wish they had followed the plot of the book. It was such a gripping film that I could not take my eyes off the screen at times. 扣人心弦。It was such a thrilling film that I could not take my eyes off the screen at times. 驚險。It was such an exciting film that I could not take my eyes off the screen at times. 精彩的。It was such a suspenseful film that I could not take my eyes off the screen at times. 懸疑。But then at other times, the suspense was too much and I had to look away. What an original storyline the film had. The story was creative and fresh. Honestly, it was too easy to tell what was going to happen. The ending was way too predictable. The characters in the film were so believable that I felt I knew them. The characters in the film were so realistic that I felt I knew them. They seem like the people you meet in everyday life. I was impressed by how creative the film was. I was impressed by how original the film was. I was impressed by how different the film was. I was impressed by how imaginative the film was. There has not been a film like this before. The scenery was stunning, 令人驚嘆的。The scenery was out of this world, 世外。The scenery was breathtaking, 驚險的。The beauty of it took my breath away. The movie was all action all the way. It was so fast-paced, action-packed, exciting, gripping, entertaining that the time just disappeared into thin air. Fast-paced, 快節奏 action-packed 充滿動作 exciting, gripping 扣人心弦 entertaining 娛樂性 I found historical films so dull that I almost fall asleep. I found historical films so boring that I almost fall asleep. I found historical films so uninteresting that I almost fall asleep. Task 1. Read the following film review and answer the questions which follow. Light at the Museum, 2006. Director, Sean Levy. Starring, Ben Stiller, Robin Williams, Mickey Rooney, Ricky Gervais, Dick Van Dyke. Category, Action Comedy. Duration, 109 minutes. Rating, 4 out of 5 stars. Review by Pitch Low. The film, based on a children's book, has an unusual setting. The museum of natural history in New York. The main character is Larry, played by Ben Stiller, a guard at the museum who discovers that the exhibits come to life at night. Larry is the divorced father who has failed in everything in life. In a last-ditch effort to make something of himself, Larry takes a job as a security guard at the museum. On his first night at work, the other guards tell him he had better keep the lights on. Larry assumes that they are just giving him a hard time. That is until he comes face to face with a living T-Rex skeleton. Confused about everything that is going on around him, Larry soon discovers that ever since one of the artifacts came to the museum in 1952, all the exhibits come to life at night. Larry soon realizes that in order to keep his job, he needs to control the exhibits during the night, which proves to be a much more difficult task than you might think. Larry then discovers that 3 of the other guards are planning to steal one of the artifacts, so he asks a living exhibit to help him stop the robbery. The film is a hilarious chase sequence that involves the exhibits, Larry and his son Nick, racing across Central Park. Everyone in the cinema is sure to have a good laugh. There's a lot of running and screaming in the film as Larry tries to control the exhibits. At one point, Larry has to help settle a fight between some miniature people. The supporting cast is very funny, particularly the guards, Mickey Rooney and Dick Van Dyke. Children will find the action sequences are fast and exciting. Parents, however, may find the film lacking in substance. For example, the director could have developed the relationship between Larry and his son Nick more. Verdict. This is a fast-paced Disney action comedy that is great for kids. Though the plot is confusing in parts, and parents may find the long chase scenes a little boring, younger kids really mustn't miss this film. For great family entertainment, it's hard to beat. Task 1. Choose the best answer. Question 1. Which one of the following does not appear in the film Light at the Museum? Choice A. Ricky Gervais. Choice B. Dick Van Dyke. Choice C. Mickey Rooney. Choice D. Sean Levy. The answer is D. Sean Levy. Question 2. In the film review 9.6, what does the word him refer to? Choice A. The director. Choice B. A guard. Choice C. Larry. Choice D. Larry's son. The answer is C. Larry. Question 3. What does the reviewer say are the best things about Light at the Museum? Choice A. The action sequences. Choice B. The running and screaming. Choice C. The plot and the characters. Choice D. The chase scenes. The answer is A. The action sequences. Question 4. According to the film review, why is Light at the Museum great for young children? Choice A. Parents may find the chase scene interesting. Choice B. The part about the relationship between the main character and his son is touching. Choice C is funny and there are lots of action in the film. Choice D. All the people acting in the film perform brilliantly. The answer is C. It is funny and there are lots of action in the film. Question 5. What's the tone of last few words? It's hard to beat in the film review. Choice A. Sarcasm. Choice B. Disappointment. Choice C. Satisfaction. Choice D. Appreciation. The answer is D. Appreciation. Task 2. You are making some notes on a film review. Complete the notes sheet below. Notes on film review. Title. Type of film. Director. Setting. Cast. Main characters. The story is about a man. Choice A. Becoming successful in life. Choice B. Seeing strange things at night. Choice C. Stopping a robbery. Choice D. Having fun with his son. What happens in the museum? Choice A. The guards held Larry. Choice B. The hippies held Larry. Choice C. The hippies plan to steal an artifact. Choice D. The skeleton or dinosaur wakes the guards up. Please see the answers to Task 2, Looks on Film Review. Title. Night at the Museum. Type of film. Action comedy. Director. Sean Levy. Setting. The Museum of Natural History in New York. Cast. Ben Stiller. Robin Williams. Mickey Rooney. Ricky Gervais. Dick Van Dyke. Main characters. Larry. Larry's son. The story is about a man stopping a robbery. The answer is C. What happens in the museum? The hippies held Larry. The answer is B. Now, do the exercise to test yourself by exercise. Do the presentation to your tutor. Ask your tutor to give you some comments.